Hey Mr. Howells, this is John Ulster. This is my 6.2 budget assignment. So I want to be a doctor of computer engineering when I grow up, so I'd have a doctorate degree. So for my monthly income, I put $8,600, which would mean my income tax would be $3,440. Uh, for my food expenses, I figured I'd eat out about 3 times a week and have dinner twice a week, so it's about $350. For my housing expense, I decided to go with a 2 bedroom, 1 bath apartment, which would cost me $1,400 a month, which means my utilities would be about $100 a month. My phone bill would be about $80 a month, which is standard rate for a smartphone for with T-Mobile, Sprint, what have you. My cable bill would be about $100 a month. For clothing, since I don't buy that much new clothing per month, I set aside about $30. Extra entertainment, since eating out really is a lot of the entertainment I do right now, I only set aside around 60. For medical care, I set aside 20 without the added 200 that you'll have me do later. Grooming expenses, I decided to put $20 down. Then for transportation, I decided to go for a Porsche Boxster since I'm gonna be a doctor. I kind of have to have that luster, with the Boxster, which would mean since it's a $48,100 car, my loan payments would be $1,219.94 per month. Between Allstate and Geico was the cheapest car insurance rate, which was $88 per month. Maintenance, I figured around 20 because the dealer handles a lot of the expenses with a Porsche. Savings, uh, I decided to put down 1,500 a month. That way I can put some away for the future. And that will all leave me with $192.06 to spare for anything that I'd want to do. Uh, my total expenses would then be roughly 8,458 a month after you cut out some for my savings. Now, if you redid this with taking into account the forced $200 for healthcare and health insurance, this would bring, I'd take that money out of my savings budget, so I'd only be saving 1,300 a month rather than 1,500 a month, which would affect my job security in the future. But there you have it. Now for the reflection questions. What are the benefits of a budget? Well, a budget is a great way to plan out your monthly expenses. It's a great way to make sure that you're on track and that you don't end up making expenses that you can't end up paying for, which seems like a lot of Americans do nowadays. Now, what is the correlation between income and education? Well, usually the higher the education you have, the higher your monthly income is. Uh, Especially for a doctor, you get the highest amount of income that you can possibly get. Uh, Now, do I see myself making a budget after I graduate? Definitely. In fact, I'm planning on making a budget before I graduate because even monthly expenses in college add up, and it's really important to stay focused and make sure that I don't jeopardize my future by making stupid decisions now. Uh, Now, uh, when I cut the money for health insurance, I cut 200 out of my savings, which does affect my future. I mean, that means I have less saved away for retirement. And I can really understand why younger people, especially if they don't get the highest education that they possibly can, would really lean away towards wanting to pay for insurance. And uh, I really understand why people are opposed to having the president force something on us in order to pay insurance, especially since that is of questionable constitutionality. Uh, Thank you. That's my presentation.